So for Module 13, after reviewing the websites, some of the areas that surprised me the most would have to be, one would be when posting a link, you are only supposed to include the URL. I didn't realize that you couldn't, like, you're not even supposed to have like a brief description of what that is. You're just supposed to have the URL with no description. I also didn't realize that you can't download graphics from the internet to your to like a PowerPoint and stuff. And then you also can't make copies of the commercial software and distribute, which, I mean, I kind of figured that. I mean, that was probably the case, but it's still, it's just so tough to kind of know exactly what is right and what is wrong. But then kind of something that surprised me that isn't breaking the law is that you can install commercial software on your class computer, but then you can also use it at home too. Granted, you have to be using it like with a student with educational purposes, but still being able to copy it, I didn't realize that you can really copy stuff at all. And then also that the anonymous work, those are even covered under copyright laws for 95 years. So that's some pretty crazy stuff. As far as examples, educators using or breaking the laws, big one, history teachers, they'll record not episodes, but like news clippings. Whether it was, I've had teachers use JFK's shooting, news stuff on that, 9/11, and some other stuff to do with like the Vietnam War and stuff like that. And you kind of feel innocent. It's like, it's on the news. I've seen it. Why can't I record it? And it's just the local news. But in all reality, the station and whoever made the news for that company, they hold the rights to that. So it's really a pretty big deal, because we can't be taking stuff from others. Like, if we want to use this stuff, we need to buy it, buy copies from somebody that actually has rights to these videos for news and stuff, instead of just recording it on our own. And then also the other one was, I didn't realize you couldn't, if you're like a science teacher. Some of my science teachers have done this, where they've went through multiple resources and stuff and have made a science experiment, and I didn't realize that was, I guess, illegal and not under the fair use rights. And then the fair use quiz, I got a 95%. Whoop, whoop. So I feel pretty good. I did pretty well on it. Some of the questions that surprised me were the first one with the Blockbuster rent. I mean, that just seems like a nice, kind act. Once a week they give, if there's perfect attendance, they donate a video. But it's also not the store's video. So, I mean, yes, they've purchased it, but that was kind of interesting. And then and then the ABC News recording, like I said earlier, my teachers have done that before. But it was interesting that from those questions, you can't use like the news recording year after year, but you could record like a Bill Nye episode and use that year after year. So just the fact that it relates to education, the Bill Nye website, and it's used for education, means that you could use that year after year. And then also the KidPix deal, where they copied the software. I didn't realize that you could copy that, as long as it's just used like in the classroom and stuff. But that one was kind of another one that stuck out, that they allowed that.